Hello, my name's Claire Murray. I'm managing partner of specialist partnership, employment and regulatory firm CM Murray. And I'm here today with one of my really fantastic colleagues, Anaya Price. Hi, Anaya.
Hi Claire. Hi everyone.
Part of my role, and I think the role of other sort of, more senior members, I guess, of the profession and partners in firms, etc., is really to identify and support fabulous young talent coming through our profession. And, once in a while, someone truly exceptional comes along. And I have to say that Anaya is one of those people. We've had the absolute privilege of having her with us in a paralegal role since October of last year. So nearly a year, not quite. We have done our absolute best to try and persuade her to continue on the journey of becoming a solicitor, but she's decided to follow her heart and go to the bar. And so I just wanted to take this opportunity before she heads off to have a chat with Anaya, talk about kind of her journey so far and the next stages, and just, be able to share with you all just what a fantastic person this is and just how much incredible potential she has and so many of her generation have, which really, provides real hope for the future for the legal profession. So, and I'm going to stop talking now. Can you just share with us sort of your journey so far at this point, and maybe what inspired you to become a lawyer as well?
Thank you, Claire. So I will start with I was born and raised in Trinidad and Tobago in the Caribbean. And I decided that I wanted to do law off of a personal reason, but I really and truly wanted to help other people. And in every area of law that I've looked at, it's always been people that I've gravitated to. So I decided that I wanted to do a law degree. I did my law degree at the University of Bristol. But because of the COVID pandemic, I did my first year in Trinidad remotely, at a completely different time zone than in the UK. And then I moved to the UK in my second year, not knowing anybody, by myself, and sort of navigating my university experience while also being new to in a new country. And I've graduated my law degree from Bristol. And during that time, I've done vacation schemes, internships, mini pupilages. And again, it was always sort of like trying to figure out what area of law I wanted to do, but I've always been interested in people. And it was actually on an internship that I met Cia Murray, I met Claire, and I met another associate at the firm. And I did an internship with Cia Murray, and everybody was just so warm and welcoming. And when the opportunity came up to do the paralegal role, I applied and I interviewed and I was successful. And here I am today.
So I mean, that sort of overview, what I take from all of that is immensely self-motivated, very brave and fearless and intrepid and ambitious. I mean, these are incredible qualities.
Thank
Now
you.
let's talk about some of the things that you have done over the last sort of 10 months so with us, I guess in terms of substantive things and maybe the highs and lows of what you've been doing.
So as a paralegal at CMRI, because we are a boutique firm, my role is mainly onboarding. So I do a lot of initial client calls. I attend those calls and take notes. I liaise with clients to get our conflict checks and our AML checks completed. Then I also draft the letter of engagement and any other documents sort of that in the onboarding process. But because I'm really much at the beginning of the process, I get to see all the different clients that come to our firm, and I see the different matters and the breadth of the work that we actually do, which is really interesting, because we do partnership, employment, regulatory, and I get to sit in all of those calls and meet different people. I've also been able to go further into the cases. So you get to see not just the beginning, but also the progression. So I've also been in a bankruptcy petition hearing, taking notes, or preliminary hearing. So I get to see the development of those cases, which is really interesting to me. I also do legal research. So I would help other partners in their cases, or I might do research for an article or a blog post that we have on our website. So I think one of the highs, that leads me into one of our highs, for me was when one of my articles that I drafted with a partner at the firm was posted on Law 360, the online news journal. That was a really big moment for me.
What was the topic?
Oh, the topic was the employment law developments of 2023 and what to look for in 2024.
Nice.
So it was a very broad research into all the cases that possibly happened and what were the standouts and what were the conclusions that we drew from that, and then what are the lessons we learned and can take forward to 2024. But also as a paralegal at CM Murray, I'm also involved in the marketing side of things, which I think is really important, and not many other people would probably have that experience. It's very important in this profession to know how to not just market the firm, but market yourself. And I think it was really useful. I was a part of the IFSEA panel coordination planning. So the IFSEA conference is an annual conference that CM Murray does for senior executive advisors. And I was a panel coordinator for 6 different panels. And these were very senior persons across the globe, from Australia to the UK, the US, Europe. And I basically sort of organized all of these meetings. And it was really amazing to see from the beginning the planning stages and how that transformed into on the day, the different sessions, and how interesting and well received they were by the attendees of the conference. So I would say those 2 are my standout highs as a paralegal. In terms of the lows of the job, honestly, I've really enjoyed my time here as a paralegal. I'm not just saying that. I really and truly do mean it. I think it is very busy. The role itself is very busy because you are working with so many different people on so many different matters. But I think that's just the profession in itself, and it's a very good opportunity to develop your organizational and time management skills, because you are going to need it in the future for your career at law and any other sector, really.
I will just say you did an incredible job, the IFSEA planning, and I think you've actually slightly downplayed your role. So it wasn't just the organization of those meetings; it was kind of encouraging and helping shape, the contributions, and making sure that there was a balance in approach between the speakers, etc. And there are some pretty big names sort of to coordinate and guide, and you kind of became like Madonna. Everyone was like, Anaya is amazing. So what's next? When you finally be boss, what is next for you?
So I have accepted a place at the Inns of Court College of Advocacy for my bar course, and I was able to do that through a scholarship from Inner Temple, my inn that I've chosen. So thankfully, without that scholarship, I probably would not have been able to pursue the bar at all. But I am going down the bar route, and I am starting the bar course this September. In terms of practice area, I am still on the fence. I still am gravitating towards people-focused areas. And my time here at CM Murray has exposed me to partnership law, which was something I've never been exposed to prior to starting here. And I think it's very much in line with what I enjoyed in university, because I really did enjoy the trust and equity module. And I think partnership falls really nicely into that, because chancery sort of covers the traditional aspect of it with wills and estates and property, but then you also have the partnership, bankruptcy, and solvency side of it. So I am going to further pursue my interest in partnership law, and hopefully that takes me down the chancery routes.
Yeah, that's one of the things I love about partnership, is that it is very people oriented, but it's very much grounded in black letter law. And it just requires a really forensic, as well as commercial and multidisciplinary approach. So yeah, that's one of the reasons I love it. I guess just finally, if you were sort of speaking to other people in the early stages of their legal career, what kind of tips and suggestions would you have for them?
My top tip would be to try everything. Don't be afraid Don't allow your preconceived notions of what you think it might be stop you from taking these opportunities that come your way. I think for a very long time, I didn't get involved in the mooting and the debating and all these different things because I thought maybe that is just not what I would want to do. But honestly, once you do it, you realize it gets easier, you start enjoying it. And that's another thing that you can develop further on. So I would say any opportunity that comes your way, take it, try it. You may not like it, but that's okay. You'd find something else you like and you just keep growing.
That's so inspiring. I entirely agree with that. It is really easy to feel a little bit, certainly for me personally, a little bit scared and apprehensive. Um, and maybe that's actually even the older you get, maybe you become even more conservative in what, how far you're willing to get out of your comfort zone. But do you think that a career in law provides so many opportunities in a whole range of different ways? And, as you say, seizing as many of them as possible, just trying them out. And, some of them will be fabulous and some of them less so. But let me just say, you have been fabulous. We're really going to miss you. We are so grateful for all your fabulous support, your planning, your research, your drafting, being so accurate and thoughtful and careful. Just these things are not given anymore. They're not a given. So yeah, you're going to do brilliantly in your career, and I look forward to instructing you at the bar. All right. So
Thank
thank
you,
you.
Claire. And I also just want to say thank you to you and the entire CM Murray team because you guys have been so supportive of me throughout my entire journey. And you've always been pushing me to try new things and get involved into different matters. And I really appreciate that because I think that has made my 10 months, as you mentioned it, so invaluable, so wholesome, and so well rounded that I can go on to my next step a much more mature and better candidate and individual. So thank you.
Well, look, thank you for watching our little video chat. I hope you've enjoyed it. Do connect in with Anaya Price, and I know she'd be very pleased to stay in touch and make more contact. Hers is definitely a name to watch out in the future. And thanks again, and thank you, Anaya, and we'll see you soon. Thank you. Take
Thank
care.
you.
Bye.
Bye.